Good morning, everyone. I'm Priyanka Chaudhary from Smallton Wirral, and we will be now starting with the orientation webinar. Before starting with the orientation webinar, I would like to congratulate every participant that has qualified for round two. Many congratulations for that. And in this webinar, we will be discussing about round two and what kind of problem statement will be there for IT software solution for business, what kind of judging parameters that will be there, what tools, software, and language we'll be using in round two, as well as we'll be taking your doubts one by one after completing this presentation. So at the end, I will be taking your questions. You can put your questions in the chat box and I'll take them up one by one after completing the presentation. So let us start with knowing about round two and what all information you should have when while attempting the competition. So first thing is that when you will be participating in round two, when you are going to start round two, so you should be clear about what kind of problem statement will be there in this round. So in this round, you will have to build an Android application. Yes, of course. But in this round two, you will have to build the user interface of Android application. So there are multiple parts of Android application, as you all must be aware that there is a user interface part, there is a that is the front end part, and there is a back end part, and where you have to do some database operation as well. But in round two, you will only have to build the user interface part of an Android application. So you will have to read the problem statement very carefully while to understand that what exactly the task you will have to perform. As part of building the user interface, you should also be aware that how you can fetch information from a given API. So we will provide you an API as part of the problem statement, and also we will tell that what information you have to fetch from that API. So in your application that you will be building, you should be able to do these two things. One, you should be able to build the user interface. That is, for example, we'll provide you a screen that screen designs that this is the kind of user interface you have to build. There can be 2 to 3 screens, as well as you should be able to make HTTP GET request, I would say, to use an API and to fetch data from there. So these are the two things which you will be doing as part of round two. And of course, by with every round, as we said, that the complexity will increase. So with round three, you will have to do certain more tasks. That is that building the user interface using the API, as well as doing such as a few things in the backend as well. So this is how the complexity will increase, and as well also the time will also increase. Now coming to the next part is that every student will get 3 hours to attempt this competition. So you will have complete 3 hours to attempt this problem statement to provide your solution. And in this presentation only, I will be also sharing the steps that how you will be attempting this problem statement. So just take care of the timelines. We'll also be sharing the information with you over email that this for IT software solution for business, it will be happening from 3 to 6 p.m. on 31st of July. Now coming to the next part, that is you all must be aware that on what parameters you will get judged when on the solution that you will provide. So that we call it as a marking scheme, the which has the judging parameters as well as the maximum marks for each of the parameter. So as you can see on your screen, the main judging parameters on which you will be evaluated in round two will be look and feel of your Android application that you will provide in the solution. Second is the problem statement understanding. and this means that are you able to understand what is the target audience you have? Are you able to think from the creative mindset that what all I would say the color theme you are using, are you keeping the target audience in mind? As well as if you are taking care of this, so for example, in the problem statement, we'll also mention that what should be the name of a particular file, what all information you have to provide in the solution. So are you able to understand those, and are you able to provide those information or not? So these are few things that you will be evaluated as part of problem statement understanding. Third is the application functioning. So there will be few tasks in the complete problem statement in which you will be asked to perform some actions in the application. So we would like to evaluate you on that, that if your application is operational, is the task that are given in the problem statement are in a working state or not? So these are the main three parameters as a part of judging. And just take care of this thing, that whenever you are starting with attempting the problem statement, go through the problem statement, I would say twice, to understand that you are not missing on anything. So during this webinar, I will also give you some tips and tricks as I'm giving now, that whenever you are going to attempt the problem statement, you should read it carefully, as well as you should list down what all tasks you are going to do as part of building this Android application, so that at the end you don't have a situation where you are panicking that time is going out of your hand, and you can actually utilize the time very well, and you don't miss on any task that is given in the problem statement. So just take care of the instructions that will be given in the problem statement. So in the problem statement, there will be instructions related to how you have to upload the solution, what kind of format that is required in the a student needs to upload as part of submitting the solution, as well as what all files should be there as part of that solution, and what is the size of the solution that is required. So all these things you should be able to understand, and understand as part of from after reading the problem statement. So there will be nothing that will not be provided in the problem statement, but you have to read the problem statement carefully, and you will get all the information that you need in the problem statement. Also, if you want to understand that what kind of problem statement will be there, so how you should be able to understand the problem statement, or you want to refer to any sample problem statement, so it is available at Junior Skills official website, and you can refer to the resources section and the sample papers to understand that what kind of problem statement will be there, and what would be the language of a problem statement. So I would suggest that. But yes, whenever you are starting with the problem statement, read the problem statement carefully so that you don't miss on anything. Now, moving to the next point, that is tool, software, and language. Many students have this query. So tools we will be using, as we have to build native Android application. So you should you must use Android Studio version 4.0 or higher than that. So Android SDK you should use as recommended by Android Studio while installation. So Android SDK will automatically be installed as part of installation from Android Studio while you will be installing the Android Studio. Second is WinRAR. You should have your software you should have in your system. Coming to the languages part, so we'll be using Java and XML. Android, the application you will be building, it should be built in Java language and not in Kotlin or any other language. Now coming to WinRAR, as we are talking a few tools here. So in WinRAR is required, as I will be telling you that you will be submitting the solution in a zip format. So that's why you should have WinRAR or any other software if you want to go with, but to zip the file. But yes, I would recommend to go with the WinRAR to zip your solution. So you can just take a look at this slide once again, and then we'll move forward. Now, moving on to the next slide, we'll now talk about the guidelines to attempt attempt round two. So I will be walking you through the snapshots of things that how you will actually going to participate in round two, and how you will be attempting and uploading the solution. So most of your doubts will be cleared there. And while you will start before even starting the problem statement, we will share a competition details. Such an email will be shared with all the participants. So all the participants should read this email very carefully. And last time we also got to know that uh, people were not reading the document attached with it, as well as not reading the mail carefully. So this time I would say that read the email carefully, and if required, read it twice. As well as there will be a competition information guide will be attached with this email. So please go through that once, and understand all the instructions that are there. So any doubt related to attempting the competition, you will get clarified from this email. So we'll have sufficient information in the email, and as well as the document that will be attached with this email. So every participant will get such an email with the competition details, and it will have three main things. One, the timelines at which the competition will be taking place. So if you have a you are the participant of ITSSB, so you'll get the information for ITSSB. Second, you will get the link to attempt this competition. So during the time of competition only, you should click on this link, and you will go to the page where you can start attempting the competition. Third is the participation code. So every student will have a unique participation code that will be used to participate in this competition. And also I would like to mention that if you that please do not try to do this, that you are using somebody else's participation code, or not using the email ID on which you will get this email. So this is the registered email that will be there. So you should not do that, because otherwise you will not be able to attempt the competition. Now, moving on to the next step. So once you will get this information in your email, so you will see this kind of page on clicking the link to attempt, and it will ask you for following details: the email ID, the participation code, and the skill. So in email ID, you will have to add the email ID on which you will get this email. So that is your registered email ID. Okay. And then in participation code, please do not write any registered code or anything that you got. The participation code is simply given in this email, as you can see. So for example, in this case, the participation code is 541257. So such participation code you will have to add. Now the third is the skills. in which you will have to select the skill in which you have participated. And in case you are getting confused that what is the skill, it is group 2 or group 3 in case, then you can always refer to the email that you will get. In that, the skill will be mentioned clearly. So if you can see on the screen, there's a table in which at the top the skill is mentioned, right? So you should provide the correct information with email ID, participation code, and the skill. And then you have to click on start button. In case you face any issues after starting after clicking on start, then please read the error message that you get, so that you can understand that what wrong you are doing before even panicking that it is not working, it is not working. So read the error messages as well carefully if you encounter one. On clicking the start button, after entering the correct details, so after start and clicking on start button, such a screen you will see on your systems, and it will have skill details, it will have schedule, and there will be an option to download the problem statement. So as you can see on this snapshot also, you will have to click on the arrow button, down arrow button, and then you will be able to download the problem statement. So the problem statement can be a zip file, and for ITSSB it will be a zip file, and for other skills it can be a PDF or any other or a zip file. But for ITSSB it will be a compressed zip file in which there will be mainly two things. One is a folder with images that we have named it as media files, and second, it will have the problem statement PDF. So these two things will be there in the problem statement that you will download. So read the problem statement carefully, and as I told, for ITSSB there will be media files, and there will be a PDF document of a problem statement. So go through the PDF document and there you will see the complete information. So this is the sample problem statement that we have added here, just to make you understand. Now moving on to the next step. The next step will be after you complete attempting. So you have so think like this, that you have completed you have understood the problem statement, you have implemented the problem statement. Now you will have to upload the solution. So while uploading the solution, what you will have to do is while uploading the solution, before even uploading the solution, read the instructions once again that will be available in your problem statement. And as part of that, as part of solution, you will have to upload two things. One is the project code that you will have to upload, that is the application code, application code that you will have to add, as well as the APK file of the application you have to share. So it should be bundled in one folder. These two things should be bundled in one folder, and then make a zip file of this folder, and then come back to Curentia and upload the solution here. Any file other than zip cannot be accepted. So you should compress the file and upload it. And once you will submit the solution, so last time also many students have this doubt that if their solution has been submitted or not, or these things. So once you will submit the solution and Curentia will accept the solution, you will get such message that well done, you have uploaded the solution successfully, and that means your solution has been submitted successfully, and we will be able to see your solution. So these are the steps to attempt the competition. I will just walk you through once again. And these steps will be there in the competition information guide that will be shared in this competition details email with all the participants. Expect this email to come by tomorrow. So just don't worry about that. You may not have received the email till now, so don't worry about it. So first step is that you will get this email, and it will have the competition timeline and the link to attempt, as well as the participation code. Once you will click at the time of competition, you should click on the link to attempt. Then there you will see a screen like this where you can enter the registered email ID, participation code that you will get in the email only, and the skill you have to select. Third step is once you will start click on start button, you will see such a screen from where you can download the problem statement. So from the download button, you can download the problem statement, and then you will have you can see on your screen there is an option to upload the solution. So you should be able to upload the solution. Fourth step is that after downloading the problem statement, go through the problem statement and check that you and understand the problem statement, and after that start implementing the problem statement. Then fifth step will be that after implementing the solution or after building the Android application, you have to upload the solution. My dear students, just take care that you read the instructions very carefully during that will be given in the problem statement, so that you don't miss on anything that has been asked in the problem statement. So once after completing the solution for problem statement, after building the Android application, you should you should zip your solution and then upload the solution. Upload the solution over here, as you can see on the screen. And once after you will submit the solution, you will get this message that well done, you have uploaded the solution successfully, and that means your solution has been submitted and successfully, and judges will be able to see the solution that you have submitted. This is all for what I wanted to share as part of round two. What all information you should have as part of round two. Now we'll take the question and answers one by one. So you can share your questions in the chat window. Okay, the first question that I'm getting is, can we use external libraries and dependencies? Yes, you can use external libraries and dependencies, but mind it that you cannot use any framework, for example, Flutter or anything that you cannot use. Next is, can we use Firebase? Firebase won't be required because we will be providing you the API that needs to be used. So Firebase is not required while attempting the round two problem statement. Next question is Java compulsory or non-Java technologies are allowed? So yes, Java is compulsory. You can it is a mandatory tech stack that you should build the application using Java only. can we refer to the to documentation of those dependencies? So whichever dependencies that you will be using, yes, you can refer the documentation. What should be the dimension of a virtual machine we test our application on? So we'll be sharing this information in the test project as well. So your application should be compatible with Android version 8.0. Next query is, my laptop is old, so can I still work on it? So Vansh, I would say that please check the compatibility of the softwares that we have provided. If they are compatible, then I think there's no issue in using the laptop that you have. Next question is by Hari. What all files do we need to zip? So we'll also provide this information in the problem statement instructions. So please read those instructions very carefully. But I can tell this now as well, that there are two things that you will have to zip as part of solution. One is the application code, and the second is the .apk file of the Android application that you will build. Is there any sample paper for round two? Yes, there is a sample paper for round two, three, and four. A combined sample paper that is available on Junior Skills website. So you can refer the problem statement sample paper there. And just to mention again that in round two we will be judging only the or you will be asked to build only the Android application with user interface of application. And second is you should be able to use the API that we'll provide. As well as one more thing that I want to mention as part of judging parameters. So take care of the naming convention of files and the methods in your classes that you will write, as well as take care that your application doesn't have any bugs or errors while you will be building it. There's a question from Abhishek: which software has been provided with okay, so Abhishek, we'll upload this webinar recording. We'll be providing this webinar recording on Junior Skills website. But just to answer your question, so I'll just go back and these are the tools, software, and language that you can see that will be required to you should have on your system to attempt the problem statement. Will we have to give access to our device camera during the competition? So any such information will be shared over email. But for round two ITSSB, there will you'll not need to share the device camera. But any such information will be shared over the competition details email only. So please take a look carefully in that particular email. Next question is from Vedant. All the images and media required for building UI will be provided in test project. We will provide, yes, we will provide all the images that you can use also. But if you want to use any other particular image and you want to download it from internet, that then you are free to do that. There's a question: in case of last minute upload, will it be considered? So any solution upload in the competition timelines, that is 3 to 6 p.m. will be considered. Any upload so there we'll not allow the allow any participant to upload the solution after the competition timeline, but anything that will be uploaded, any solution that will be uploaded during the competition timeline, it will be considered. Ma'am, can we use .rar file or only zip file? So on only .zip file is allowed, no rar file or any other extension. What kind of API should we expect? So simple API you should expect, which will return you a JSON, so that a very simple API will be there, and you should be able to use it by making HTTP request. So there's a question from Ayush. Ma'am, can we use some software like Adobe XD to design UIs and use of Google for color selection? Yes, you can use use Google for color selection. And the second is, as you are asking, using Adobe XD to design UIs. If you want to design for yourself, you can do. But as part of the problem statement, you don't need to provide the UI design. You need to build the user interface. You don't need to design it in particular. So we'll not be expecting any PSD file from you, but we'll just be expecting the application which has the user interface, a good user interface. One question is from Gautam. Can we check our syntaxes from Google in case of any confusion or error? Yes, you can do that. But you should also understand that for now this is allowed, that you can use Google to check error and everything. But you should also know these things by yourself, because in the upcoming rounds you may not have access to internet. So you should be able to do that by yourself. So thank you everyone, and all the very best for round 2. Read, just keep a check on your emails, as well as read the problem statement that you will get very carefully, and just take care that you don't miss on things that are there. And all the very best. We'll see you in the next webinar. Thank you everyone.